Hey yo, GOAT format players, it's Skill Brown Magician here, and I have the Soul Beasts replays. I got to play against things like uh, Chaos Turbo. I went up against a Reasoning Gate Turbo variant. I went against Soul Exchange and then a Cold Wave deck as well. So here's some of the replays, and there's some cool interactions that we get to see in the replays that I talked about in the deck profile. I'll have a link to the deck profile pop up on the screen, and you can see the original deck profile, and I go over the card by card rationale and why I picked the cards that I did, and kind of some of the strategies behind them. Okay, so this is against Chaos Turbo, and I love Berserk Gorilla because he's just such a nice normal summon, 2000 beat stick, applies so much pressure, and then you back him up with Beast Soul Swap, and it makes him basically able to dodge most battle traps and just a lot of destruction effects, honestly. So he goes and sets a back row, and then he brings out Tribe. Tribe, unfortunately, gets around Beast Soul Swap because when it resolves, even if you use Beast Soul Swap to swap out Berserk Gorilla for another Beast type monster, it goes to Chainlink 1 and then all beasts are destroyed. So I'm not able to use Beast Soul Swap to protect him, and I take the 1600. And it's my turn now, and I decide I'm going to Brain Control. So nothing with the back row, and then I bring out Behemoth, and that allows me to recur my Berserk Gorilla to hand. So what's really nice is that Behemoth's effect says when this card's tribute summoned, you target beast monsters in your graveyard equal to the number of monsters tributed, return them to hand. It doesn't matter what monsters you're using to tribute, so it's cool because you can brain control your opponent's monster, tribute it, and then Behemoth has an additional effect where you can normal summon him, which is one tribute, but his attack is only 2000. But the important thing is you can tribute him over one of your opponent's monsters that you brain controlled, and you can recur one of your beasts back to your hand. So it's just a nice little interaction there. And I poke for 2000, and he has nothing. So unfortunately, he has Prima. He brings out Tribe again, and he's going to discard. And again, I can't use Beast Soul Swap because on Chainlink 1, it kills all beasts anyways. Okay, so I take another 1600 here. And now it's looking pretty nice to use Shura Priest. And we go in here, and he has Mirror. So he gets rid of my Shura Priest, and that's a bummer. But I'm going to set 2 and pass. So he flips Magician of Faith, and then he MSTs. Fortunately, I haven't really needed to use Royal Oppression. This was an earlier variant of the deck where I just wanted to prevent any special summoning. And then he goes here to get rid of another card. And he gets rid of Heavy Storm, and he pokes me for 3,500 life points. So pretty desperate situation here, but fortunately I get the Mirror Force, and I'm going to swing over his Tribe this time, set the Mirror, end turn. Let's see what he can respond with. He has Zaborg, and here's where it's really nice. So he declares the effect, target one monster in the field, destroy that target. But that Beast Soul Swap that I've been sitting on the whole time, it wins me the game because it allows me to take the Berserk Gorilla, which is targeted by Zaborg, bounce it to hand, and then it allows me to special summon a Beast type monster from your hand with the same level, which allows me to special summon out, yes, you can do the same monster. If you read the card text, it actually doesn't say that it can't be the same one. It just says return a Beast type monster to hand. And if you do, you can special summon a beast type monster from your hand with the same level. So you can literally bring out the same one. And because I did that, the targeted monster that it originally targeted is no longer on the field, and the effect doesn't go off. So my Berserk Gorilla stays alive. I'm able to Mirror Force him. He's used his normal summon. And now I have 2 summons. I can clear his breaker. I can apply pressure with Berserk. And now next turn, if he doesn't answer this, he's pretty much done for. And I have the breaker in hand to deal with back row too. So he goes Cold Wave. He has nothing else. And that's game. So because of that Beast Soul swap, it actually won me the game. So that was a really nice replay. We got to see Beast Soul swap in action, even though it took a little bit of time for it to finally work. All right, so the next one, we're going to see this replay. And I think I might have had the images backwards, but we're going to see. Okay, anyways, he goes first this time. And he just sets 1 back row. So I normal summon the King Tiger Wangu. And I knew it. He had Scapegoats. And he's not able to activate it because King Tiger's on the field. So that's actually really nice. And I can set the dust and I set the ring. And he draws into his Graceful. Turns my cards to hand. And now he has fodder for BLS. That kind of sucks. And he pokes me for 43. That's alright because I have 2 opportunities to take BLS, which I'm able to, and I attack in. He has the Scapegoats this time. Fortunately, BLS can attack twice, and I'm going to tribute him off to bring out a Behemoth. Because I did 1 tribute, I'm able to get 1 Beast-type monster back to hand, so I get back my King Tiger Wangu, and I set my dust, and I set my ring again. So he goes Reasoning, and yeah, I have the pictures out of order, but that's alright. So he gets a Blue Eyes White Dragon, so it goes straight to grave because I called level 8. And on the Monster Gate, he gets a Magician of Faith. And he goes Monster Gate again, and he finally gets into his Demok. What does he get back? Gets back Metamorphosis. And he actually is like, you know what? It would be better if I got Pot of Greed. So he gets Pot of Greed. That's fine. And he draws into it. He gets the Giant Trunade. I'm going to have to take out his Demok. And I'm down to 100 life points. But yeah, he doesn't really have anything. He can't really do much after that. So now I draw into my Graceful. And I decide I'm going to have King Tiger Wangu out. Just because I want to start blocking his Scapegoats. And then I have to get rid of my cards because he actually set a Morphing Jar. So I pitch everything. And that actually worked out fairly well for me. The Delinquent Duo wasn't as great, but getting the Solemn was nice. So he goes Heavy, and I block it. He goes Duo to take 2 cards out of my hand. It's going to put him at 2,500 life points, though. But he seems pretty confident in the back row. So I'm just going to put Behemoth in defense, and I'm just going to swing in with King Tiger. We're going to see what happens. He has Scapegoats, but that's not going to work because of King Tiger's effect. So it was good that I brought out King Tiger right away. And he had 2 Scapegoats, so he just gets rid of the second one, I guess, and he takes the 17. I set the Solemn. Let's see if he has anything. He checks Graveyard. Does he have... What does he have? Okay, so he goes Reasoning, so he's trying to see what he has, and I just decide, you know what, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm going to Solemn it. He sets 1, and I know he has no back row. Last game. And I don't know, I think we go into game... Okay, so we didn't go into a game 2. Alright, so let's look at the next one. Like I said, I think the pictures are out of order, but that's alright. Okay, I think this one is the set. And I actually get to go first, and I open with Graceful, which is always nice. And I draw my 3, and I pitch 2, and I just normal summon my Mad Dog. And interesting, I'm wondering why. Okay, so I'm able to snipe the Ring of Destruction, which is pretty cool. Then he really protects his monster here. Here, I should have summoned the King Tiger Wangu, just because it would allow me to stop the second copy of Gravekeeper Spy from coming out. But I was playing a little conservatively when I am playing a beatdown deck, so I should have definitely had the King Tiger Wangu out there. So now we're going to attack in Sasangin, and he gets an Apprentice Magician. Here I go Tribute, and allows me to grab back 2 monsters that I tributed. I can get 2 back. I could get 2 beasts back. And now I'm at 2700 attack. I can clear out those Gravekeeper Spies. And then here I go Nobleman, and I knew that it was the Apprentice. I really just wanted to deal with that right away. And then I go Mad Dog. Swing in. It's Magician of Fate, so he gets back a spell. Alright. What is he going to do? He gets Graceful, which is always great to see. He discards 2. He goes Brain Control on me, but I go Beast Soul Swap, so it dodges his Brain Control. But then, unfortunately, he has the Snatch, so he takes my monster. And then I Mirror Force him here, and then he uses my body as a shield to block, to protect the monster, but I say no, I'm not going to allow that, and I want him to be sent to grave because I have the Prima in hand. So I was going to make a really crazy play next turn, and he sets to 1. So here I go King Tiger Wangu, and then I bring out my Behemoth. I was trying to go for game here, and unfortunately I hit the Old Vindictive, which targets 1 monster, pops it. So that was a huge bummer, but I'm able to poke for 1900. And he goes Soul Exchange for an Air Knight Parshath. And fortunately here, I had the Brain Control, and he had nothing, so he admits defeat, and we go into game 2. Okay, so I go Knock, and it's actually pretty interesting because he was running 3 copies of Old Vindictive. He must have sighted into them. But I bring out the Berserk Gorilla, and I'm just going to poke for 2000. And it goes through. I set the Solemn, and I set the Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell. This card's really strong. When a spell card is activated, you can discard a spell, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. If you do that, your opponent can't activate spell cards with that name for the rest of the duel, which is a super powerful effect. And here, I'm not going to pitch the Snatch Steal for it. Oh, I guess I am. I'm just kidding. And it didn't matter anyways because he has the Snatch. Pokes me for 2,000. And then he tributes it off for Thessalos, getting rid of my tribe from hand. And I take 400. But I decided that that's enough. That would be too much stuff going on. So I pay half my life points and I stop the summon. And then he gets his Thunder Dragons. And now I just swing in for 1,600. Unfortunately, he has Sakuretsu. So there goes my tribe, and I have nothing. And he has way more cards than me. And he gets Graceful. So things are looking pretty grim here. And he's going to beat me down with Apprentice Magician, which is sad for me. And long story short, yeah, he just kind of does that. And I can't really answer. I do draw into the Sure Priest so I can clear whatever he brings out. And then here I have no choice but to attack, so I just want to clear it, but he has Sakuretsu again. Gets back his thing. And then he's going to tribute it, is my guess. And he goes, oh wow. Never mind. Tsuk loops even better with back row. Yeah, so I draw a second copy of Behemoth. Things are getting out of control. He dusts my Beast Soul swap, so I literally have nothing. And that's it, game 2. So I'm going first this time. Summon the Tiger. Back it up with Solemn. He gets T-Drags from deck. Same shenanigans, where he steals my monsters, then tributes them off. And I let it go through. And he hits Behemoth, which was fortunate for me. What's even more fortunate, I get Tribe, discard the Berserk. See you later, Thessalos. Alright, his turn, he just sets 1. Draw into mirror. Get rid of his face down. Apprentice would have been bad. I'm going to poke him again for 1,600. Then he gets the Breaker. Removes back row first. And then goes for a big swing here. But he doesn't have any lights. So he ends his turn like that, which is pretty interesting. So I'm just going to go set and pass my turn 2. Here's where it got interesting. He flips Gravekeeper's Guard. And he can return any card or target one monster your opponent controls and return it to the hand. And he gets into the Tsuk loop. It's really starting to open up here. And I get the Torrential, though, on the Tsuk summon just to deal with all that. And he has no normal summon now. Finally get my Pot of Greed. Even better, I hit Graceful. Discard 2 again. Easy choices. Let's keep going in. 17, set the mirror. Let's see how he's going to resolve this issue. Gets rid of 2. Attacks in. That's unfortunate. Get mirror forced. But still is able to somewhat recover in set 2. So here I MS2 the back row. I mind control the guy. Flip him into attack, and I get my other normal summon. So I cleared out his field. Then I was able to get game. Kind of a cool little combo at the end there. And I'm not sure if this is going to be linked to the right one, but hopefully it's just linked to a replay we haven't seen yet. Oh no, we have seen that one. Okay, so those are the replays that I have for you guys. Hope you enjoyed them. And I recently got a new job, so my content's going to be coming out a little bit slower than usual. But I hope you guys can stick around and still keep enjoying what comes out when it comes out, because I still enjoy doing this and I enjoy making these vids for you guys. All right, until the next one, peace, guys.